The SMEs, the larger companies that are developing their value chains to be more inclusive as small-scale farmers. In addition to that, we are investing in the technologies and the innovations in finance that are going to improve the access of small-scale farmers to information, to new technologies, to new seed varieties, to markets. Because the biggest problem we have, and I'm not going to lecture you, I'm sure many of you can contribute to this, is access to markets. So how do we aggregate our small-scale farmers so they have better access to markets, they have better access to inputs, they have better access to finance, and then can increase their level of productivity. So in our portfolio, we have about 189 businesses that are engaging in over 40 value chains in 24 countries, reaching 1.8 million rural poor. And we have, over the years, been able to generate an additional about $100 per individual engaged in these value chains. And just to give you some example, we're working with businesses, for example, in the milk and tea sector, where we've actually allowed, through the aggregation model, we have improved the access of small-scale farmers, about 80,000 small-scale farmers, to markets by virtue of creating systems that will allow them to have better access, as I said, to information, finance, inputs, etc. Many wonderful stories, and there is a document that we've circulated that gives you a highlight of the impact that we're having. But I wanted to turn now to women. So in the life of AECF, we have tried very hard to ensure that the applicants for our funding include women. We have not been as successful as we would like to be, and so we are challenging ourselves to think deeper about how do we make sure to bring more women into the agribusiness sector. We do note that about 50% of our businesses have women that have at least one woman in a management position. We are also very conscious, and there is documentation that is out there, McKinsey reports and other authors that clearly document that the more women you have in management positions, the higher is your profit level. So in order for us to ensure that we achieve our objectives of expanding or improving the livelihoods of the rural poor, and in particular women, we are now going to be much more focused on figuring out how to bring more women into our portfolio.